Richard Acani, you're the MD of Planning for Transport for London. Thanks for joining us here at Runways UK. Of course, Davis has come out, made a recommendation for Heathrow. TfL hasn't necessarily always supported that position though. Where do you go with TfL now in terms of planning for airports?
Well, there's two things really. Firstly, there's sorting out the surface access. So Davis has imposed some conditions on the recommendation, and there are two conditions that are relevant. The first is air quality, and the test is an absolute test to be met. It's not clear how Heathrow can meet that test, but also surface access as well. There is a flaky condition on surface access. We need to tighten that. We have low public transport mode share at Heathrow still. If we're to meet the air quality test, that's got to be radically transformed, and it's not clear how that's going to happen yet.
So your whole thrust of what you do now as Transport for London is to make the recommended solutions work the best, rather than trying to stop them happening?
No, not necessarily. We've got to do a number of things. We've got to look at the proposition in Davis and deal with the conditions and see how they can be addressed. But also, what Davis has done is recommended a relatively short-term solution. We're talking about a third runway. He acknowledges himself that the capacity will be full more or less as soon as it's complete. So we need to look beyond that to 2040, 2050 and see what the solution is there.
Which of course is what your London 2050 infrastructure plan does. And of course that it actually embraces an estuary airport.
It talks about a new hub airport in the estuary, yes.
Yeah. So does that mean that you do you rewrite that now, or do you revise that now? Because clearly what Davis has said is the estuary airport isn't on the cards anymore.
But Davis has come up with a plan for 2030. We need a plan for 2050. So it doesn't take away the need to work towards a long-term solution, which we believe should be a new 4-runway hub airport. It doesn't have to be in the estuary. It could be at Stansted, could be a number of places. But Heathrow is not going to be that solution, and we have that problem we need to solve still.
So Heathrow being the stopgap solution for 2030, is that a deliverable solution? Because that's incredibly difficult politically.
Well, a political decision has yet to be made, so that's for the politicians. But the technical issues surrounding that, Davis has set out clear conditions, so we need to look at those, particularly around air quality, noise. Surface access is the one that needs most work. We believe all of the submissions underestimated the impact of an airport expansion in a 2030 context. We'll have 10 million people in London by that point, 5 million extra trips a day. We need to look at their proposals in the context of all that additional demand on our networks.
So lots of work for you to do.
Lots of work, yeah.
I look forward to keeping an eye on it. Richard, thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.